policy is a debatable emergency hearing, but we wanted to have the opportunity to discuss it with the commissioners to see if you wanted to support this money out of the general fund, and before we noted those things up and went down that path.
What if we were able to reconstitute this committee, how would you recruit members to ensure that there was adequate representation from all corners of the county?
Yeah, that's a great question. With the Ag Commission, the beauty of it is it's made up of local farmers, so us farmers would be reaching out to farmers in our area, farmers we know, inviting them. And then also relying on like North Norfolk Land Trust, who has a long history of working with farms in the area, for them, their input as to who should be on this committee. WSU Extension has amazing contacts with businesses throughout the county as well, farm and ag-related businesses, and so I feel like between multiple groups, the conservation district as well, with a long history of working with farmers in the area, I'm very confident that we can get a nice representation. That would include, I'm sure, press releases and information on websites, and we want to get it as a diverse group as possible at these meetings.
And we've also had the discussion that we want to keep this really focused and really tight, a short, tight process. Again, to initiate a conversation, come up with a articulated and shared vision and action steps. Again, going back to that grant review committee, every single county that came forward could point to an ag protection strategy that they had that said, our goal is to protect X amount of acres over the next few decades, or whatever their goals are as a county. It became pretty clear to me that we have some work to do in this area in that respect, in updating some of our goals and our vision for what we would like ag to be in the coming decades.
So when you talk about ag protection, how much of that is preventing conversion of the land use?
I think a huge portion of it, definitely. It's sort of a three-legged stool that I look at. You have to have a significant working land base. You have to have viable economies for small-scale farms and infrastructure that supports that. And you have to have farmers to farm the land. And in our county, the average age of and across the country, the average age of farmers is, don't have an exact number for Clown, but I believe it's above 60 years old. Many of our farmers are older and getting into retirement. Land succession becomes a big issue. How do you ensure that this stays in farmland and gets transferred successfully to the next generation? As part of that three-legged puzzle, we have a beginning farmer internship program that we started, that we're in our second season, where we're really trying to foster beginning farmers in the area and keep them in the community. I think it's a multi-layered strategy.
But the real issue is compensating that existing farmer for fair market value, when in reality the use of the land is just a farm is a lesser value. Am I understanding correctly?
Yeah, certainly. And the North Norfolk Land Trust has a whole toolbox of ways that they can help farmers accomplish that. I think the challenge is funding. Where do those funds come from? They're highly competitive. So we have some work to do in that area.
And this strategy paper would help support those future funding proposals. It just shows that this county's on board, that ag protection is important to us, and just makes these different groups like the Land Trust who are moving forward with grant applications, gives them a little more support locally for what they're trying to do.
I can tell you guys that this is a subject I've been engaged in one way or another for 10 or more years. I really like the idea that we've got the potential to do some planning. I think that's what has been lacking, and you don't have to look very far. I mean, that not far from here next door to Jefferson County to see what can come from spending a little bit of time and effort and money to put a plan and a vision together. And I think if we're able to do that is an excellent step toward helping to plan for and secure the future of agriculture in our county. You know, it's not that we don't have great farmers, you know, we do. We just don't have a plan, we don't have any organization, there's no way, there's no infrastructure for communication in place, and, that's why we don't have, the same level of vibrancy that our next door neighbors in the counties have. So I would be in favor of, finding a way to fund this personally.
Now, sitting here and initially share with you, I'm picking up on feedback out of Olympia that a way to deal with the McCleary decision is to decrease the amount of money the state spends on acquisitions of land. So I toss it at you because that might be something you have to deal with in the next, who knows, 5 years. And being able to develop a whole host of tools, you know, conservation easement or something that supplements the value, as opposed to, let's acquire this asset in perpetuity and, you know, assign its use. That'll be a problem if the solution to McCleary is a significant decrease in the acquisition of lands. And I'm hearing that a lot. So I think the timing is good, to take a look at our alternatives, because if you rely on that one, you may run into trouble.
Yeah, it's pretty disheartening, to see, again, at the state level, these amazing farmlands that are in pretty dire need of some sort of solution before being converted to development, and how competitive that process is and how little money is currently even available for that. There has to be other tools in the toolbox